Perhaps the greatest Christmas poem of all time was penned by Clement Moore in 1823, The Visit of Old St. Nicholas, based on the traditions of Santa Claus, a common European tradition that was becoming more and more popular in the United States. It was one of the earliest American writings and became one of the most famous poems of all time, better known as "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." In it, Moore idealized and celebrated many of the traditions common for Sinterklaas, which was the Dutch name for St. Nicholas, who became the inspiration for the name Santa Claus. Although the modern image of Santa Claus wouldn't appear until 1863, he is based on the 4th century Christian saint, St. Nicholas of Myra, well known for his charity and good works to the poor, as well as giving people goodies in their stockings. And supposedly after his death, Jesus commissioned him to go around the world at the end of each year and determine who had been good and who had been bad. Moore, picking up on these traditions and customs, brought them to the United States in the state of his poem, and it has become one of the most beloved Christmas stories of all time. And it is my absolute pleasure to read it to you now. "'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads, and Mamma in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprung from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw open the sash. The moon on the breast of a new-fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wandering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer, now Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Dunder and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all! As dry leaves before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys was flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes how they twinkled, his dimples how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke had encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump and a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. And laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. He sprung to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the drown of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night."